Hey everyone! So if you're joining, this video is going to talk a little bit more about heart math, heart coherence, and then also just like the relational effect for when I'm in coherence, how that can impact the people that are around me, kind of within a 3-foot bubble. So this one is a little bit going a little more into the nitty-gritty of heart math, and so if you're just catching on to this video, I would recommend just going back to like my YouTube channel for Grounded Evolution. There's just some other videos that you might want to start with that talk about what is stress, how does stress impact our heart, and a little bit more about an introduction to heart coherence and how mind-body skills and meditation can impact that. So yes, briefly, I will have another video that'll just be on meditation, mind-body skills as I call them. I go through different types of meditations because all of these are ways that can help drive our heart into coherence, which is its most efficient state, and it's when our heart pattern is going to be more rhythmical and synchronized. So I talk a little bit about that more in another video, but I just wanted to let you know that really the heart of the matter of heart math is just figuring out what mind-body tools can help you modulate and manage your emotions. So this video is going to talk about why my heart coherence, one as a mom, as a wife, as a daughter, as an occupational therapist working with clients during a pandemic. We're in 2021. If you're watching this now. And so why does all this matter? Because it's one thing if it impacts me, right? I'll feel better. I'm going to feel less stressed if I can figure out a way to shift out of a depleting to a renewing emotion. But it's so neat because this also impacts other people around me. So again, the HeartMath Institute is who kind of did this body of research, and you can go to heartmath.org to find out more. But one of the things that really excited me, that also was another push, another benefit for why I should be more mindful of where my heart pattern's at, where my stress level is at, is because it does impact my loved ones and the people around me. And so I'm going to kind of be reading off a sheet here just because it's kind of right from the Heart Math manual, and I just want to make sure I'm getting the facts right. But the heart actually generates by far the most powerful and most extensive rhythmic electromagnetic field produced in the body. When electrodes placed on the surface of the body are used to measure the ECG, it is the electrical component of the heart's field that is detected and measured. So we know that the heart has an electrical component to it. If you've ever been into a doctor and you've had to have an ECG, that's what they're picking up and they're detecting. This electrical voltage is about 60 times greater in amplitude than the electrical activity produced by the brain, and it permeates every cell in the body. The magnetic component of the heart's field, which is approximately 100 times stronger than the magnetic field produced by the brain, is not impeded by the body's tissues and easily radiates beyond the body. So from their research, they found that this energetic field that is put out by our heart can be measured about 3 feet away from the body with sensitive magnetometers. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but so it can be measured. My heart pattern, the electrical energy that I'm sending out based on my heart pattern, can impact and be felt, theoretically, by someone that's within a 3-foot bubble around me. And so that's kind of shown in this neat little image right here, right? So our heart has an electrical component to it that actually can extend out and be measured up to 3 feet away from me. So that is really neat. And so there was a study done, and the electromagnetic waves generated by one person's heart could actually be detected in another person's brain waves and can have a measurable physiological effect. Okay, so what does that mean, right? What does that mean? It means that when I can drive myself into coherence, I can positively impact somebody else's physiology. And I have seen this firsthand over the last year working with clients in my outpatient clinic. or I should say in the outpatient clinic that I used to work at, and people would come in and they were so dysregulated and so stressed and all over the place, and their routines had changed, and activities that they used to do they could no longer do anymore. People were not, in touch with their families or their friends because of the pandemic and isolation, and it was just obviously throwing people off. What I found, because I did get the HeartMath certification and training right at the beginning of the pandemic, is that when I was super conscious about what I was bringing to the table in that session, and I mean that like energetically, heart-wise, when I could shift into coherence, just simply being in my presence seemed to just help kind of calm someone down. But then I would share these different mind-body skills with my clients. I would lead them in meditation. We would explore different things. And again, like, people unpack a lot of heavy things in a session. And I found that I could protect just my own emotional energy better when I could be more coherent. And so it was great because for the last year, I've been working on just being more shifting into coherence before I work with clients. But also I've noticed this even when I'm at home. I have a toddler, and toddlers can be so dysregulated at times because they're just learning how to deal with and manage their emotions. So for example, if it's one evening like around bedtime and we're trying to wind down and get calm before bed, and my son maybe is really fighting that bedtime, like, no, I want to play, and I'm going to cry, and I'm going to have, like, I just don't want my mom and dad to leave the room or whatnot. When I'm doing stories, when I'm singing songs, whatever that is, I am really trying to make sure that I am like shifted into a more calmer, peaceful state. And I do that intentionally because I am no saint. And so when I'm around like a screaming, whining, toddler, that like drives up my own stress and my own anxiousness. And so I always have to just remind myself, okay, Maria, shift into calm, shift into peace, just like keep practicing, keep doing it, keep trying, because it is going to help him. And more often than not, it does. When I shift into a more calmer, peaceful, or neutral state, my toddler can take that lead, and again, he's within that 3-foot bubble, and it seems to make a difference. I oftentimes notice his body calm down within 30 seconds, that I start to be more intentional about shifting into coherence. I also believe that it's why when COVID happened and we could no longer be with people in small groups or in crowds, I think why we noticed the difference was because we weren't picking up on that shared felt experience that we usually get when we're close to one another. So virtual is great. I know I sat in on, how many virtual sessions with people, whether it was friends, family, and different things, and that was a great way to stay connected during this last weird year. However, it did not feel the same. And I wondered why until I learned this, that when I can shift and when I'm experiencing joy, happiness, excited, and I'm experiencing that next to someone in my 3-foot bubble, that can positively impact them. And it's why we can be at a packed concert of people. Like, I know a lot of people missed concerts and attending concerts, and just think it's like a bunch of people packed next to each other, side by side. And obviously not only is the music oftentimes like uplifting and it elevates everybody, but there's something else. There's a felt energetic experience happening in that room when everybody is experiencing joy and happiness. And I believe that it's that electromagnetic field that we're all sending out from our hearts that just multiplies that joy. It multiplies the excitement. And I think if you've ever been to a concert, or you've just been to some type of in-person small group seminar or something like that, where the motivating speaker was uplifting, but there was just something happening in the room. Like, everybody was like, yes, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling excited. Part of that, I think, is that electromagnetic field. And when people are shifting into joy and happiness, it can really be felt and help drive others into that as well. So it's something I get really excited about, because I think it's just why being aware of mind-body skills to drive ourselves into coherence, to manage our stress, to manage our anxiousness, to manage whatever we have going on, can not only positively benefit ourselves, but also our loved ones around us. So thank you for staying on for this one. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below.